trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss
Good
a single
morning.
show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now.
Copy. Good morning,
Every morning
folks.
I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My
Thumbs
heart
up.
starts to pound. Daily stock
All
pick
links
trading
here.
podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking
There we
success.
go.
Together we'll conquer, no room
Okay.
for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound.
Let me turn on my do not disturb.
My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading
Do not
podcast
disturb.
in my
There we go.
guiding me through my hopes
This
and
down.
fears.
And just make sure.
Wow,
Google's up 1%. IBIT's up 1%. Okay, let's go to C. I hope it shows. Yeah, good. It shows me. Meta. I thought Meta would be up more. Nvidia up. Palantir's up. Qualcomm's up. Qualcomm is just getting a... I mean, Qualcomm, the past few days have just been really good for Qualcomm. Good morning, Rosa. Wendy, Nathan, Alex, Larry, vacation guy, Bob, Chase, Travis. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am going to do scans today. It's been a while since I did scans, so let's do them to show off Trendspider. By the way, I was on live yesterday on, in fact, we need to just update that. Live for the Fed decision yesterday. And so was Trendspider. And Mike was using Sidekick to analyze live the news that was coming out. I thought that was kind of cool. Kind of a cool way to use Sidekick. So let's see. Bank of America, PanW. Bank of America's got one. Let me see. PanW makes sense. I mean, that one, it's either going to explode up. I mean, look at that weekly chart. It's either going to explode up and provide 204 as support, and I'll be there to buy that one again. I've moved out of PanW, and I think I used the proceeds to go into AMD. I think I did that. Bank of America, same kind of thing. Is it going to use that 51 as support as it pulls 50 as support as it pulls back? Kerry, congratulations on Alpha Pick. Carrie just subscribed to Alpha Picks, and I know most of the audience probably Carrie is like, what the F took you so long? And it did well yesterday. Most of the ones that I saw did really well yesterday. Let's see if there's any in that list. No, there's not. Let's see. I put in the August watch list in here. Nope. No scans against that. The second half picks. Let's see if there's any in there. Nope. I mean, most of these are running. Any of the top stocks. Let's see if from all the years. VLO. That's been a nice, I mean, you know, since August. 130. I mean, that's just an energy company. Rob, yeah, that turtle trade on IO&Q. I actually am bringing up IO&Q because I thought it was yesterday's headline that the IO&Q guy called Nvidia a joke. I thought it was funny, and in fact, I think I put a tweet out about it. Let's see, profile. I don't have this linked. Yeah. This interview is giving all of these. And if you don't know, this is a guy who went on CNBC And Mark Minaveri, a great trader, fantastic trader. And he's a trader. He's not an investor. So when CNBC had him on and they asked him about Upstart, they said, go and Google Mark Minaveri and Upstart, and you'll see. They ask him, Tyler asked him, what does the company do? And Mark said, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's one of the greatest pieces of financial TV that I've ever seen in my life. VLO. Okay, so we got the top stocks there. We scanned those. I'm not going to do leveraged ETFs because we know we're in a bull market. Anything on the low cost ETF? No. Spider sectors. There's probably XLP. That's consumer packaged goods, staples. I mean, if you want a weekly chart that just looks like it's setting up for something, my guess is this would be moved down. But I don't know. I mean, let's look at what XLP has in it. This is the shit that I do, by the way, on like Saturday nights and stuff. Walmart's its #1 holding. And Walmart's Walmart is at 104. And that's taking off for Walmart. I mean, you're talking about an $831 billion market cap company that Wall Street thinks it's worth 112 because everybody shops there. So, no, I didn't. Let's see. Let's go to open. And is there a Seeking Alpha piece? Intend to expand product. Yeah. This one I think you're talking about. Yeah, my open door news doesn't come from Seeking Alpha. My open door news comes from Twitter and its CEO. And I mean, he made that claim. It's not. I think the new CEO is. So here's your investment. And I got one of the guys from Major League Soccer that I used to work with. He texted me. This is a guy who's owned SoFi forever. We're talking about he bought SoFi. And I don't hear from him much. I don't hear from him much at all. He bought SoFi up here at like 19. And then he kept buying it. And I'm like, you got to trade this one. You shouldn't own it. You need to trade it. And he's like, nah, I like it. I'm going to own it. And he's like, yeah. And he texted me last night. He's like, hey, what should I do with my open? And I said, of course you won't open. But the thesis on open is not about products. It's not about anything like that. It's the CEO is incentivized with stock 100%. He's not even getting his salary. And so in my mind, I think that's a big story. Let's look at the indexes. That's our watch list on the scans. AXP. Wow, there's a lot of the freaking Dow. There's only 30 stocks in the Dow. American Express, Cisco, which we have on our watch list, Honeywell, Procter & Gamble, and Visa. Wow. Visa's been, an opportunity. I mean, I don't think that's a great opportunity. Again, you're setting up all the way from, if you bought this in February at, you were one of the guys that says, I'm just going to buy this at the high 366. You've been waiting. You were happy in June when it got back up to 375. You're not happy now. So, yeah, opens manipulate. I mean, full disclosure, most stocks are manipulated by their CEOs and their boards and I mean, there's do you think Elon bought $1 billion worth of Tesla to not manipulate the stock price? Do you think he promises millions of robo taxis by the year 2020 in the year 2018 for just to kind of say, I mean, it's all stock manipulation. So I'm here for it, not against it. It's a way to make money. You invest in companies that do well. You trade the companies that do the manipulation of their stock price, in my mind. So you look at something like Apple, they're not manipulating their stock price other than buying a ton of it back. Okay, so we've got a good list of scans here. So, okay, that ticker alone, Rosa, probably tells me it's a trade, but let's look at it. GCMG. GCM Guzzner. From a technical standpoint, I mean, you probably have 14 in this stock. It's just taken a little time off from February. It's rebounded from April. If I were to put in I like this pop up here to provide you some support, I would say, at 1234. It's at 1288. From a technical standpoint, the next pop that I would say is probably 14. So I think between 12 and 14, you're probably looking at a pretty good trade, and you're down at the bottom of that one. The MACD's low on this weekly, and this is outside of any fundamental knowledge whatsoever. I don't know anything about this company, market cap, nothing. But from that stock chart price, I would just say the 200 days moving upwards, the MACD, every time it's been down here, it hasn't necessarily fallen. I mean, it looks like here in November, but you're in a different kind of market than November 2021, where we were hiking rates. So we're cutting rates. GC. Now let's look at the mess that is this. What do they do? Financials, asset management. They're a $2 billion company. Strong buy on the quant. How long has it been a strong buy? Let's see. It went from sell immediately to buy and then strong buy. Wow. That's because the revisions. Okay. So this last portion is the revisions. And we can see 5 up, 3 up, 0 down. So there's only 5 that cover it. So if we go back to ratings and we look at Wall Street, there's 5 analysts on Wall Street that cover this. They've all given a price. 15 is their stock price. So you can see if they get to 14, I would probably start to take some profits. But again, it's 5 people. So we don't exactly know. Let's see, their valuation. They do have a high PE compared to the thing. So we're going to look at the AI stuff. My guess is that you get down here to price to sales is good. But yeah, the growth, 15% revenue growth year over year. Free cash flow sucks. Wow. Let's read what they do. Headquartered in Chicago, competes primarily with other firms in the alternative asset space. Ability to offer tailored investment strategies through customized separate accounts. Valuation. Private markets group has strong growth, contributing 73% return past 3 years. Wow. Recent increase may have led to an overvaluation as indicated by short interest. So it's a short squeeze. It might be. Let's go and look at how much short. Yeah, 16% short. That's not huge, but it's big enough. It's in the middle of its 52-week range. I don't see anything that tells me I've got to get into this one. But, I mean, for a trade and upside, I'm not huge in the financial world other than, I know my role. and I'm a large cap tech investor. So to get into this one, it would probably be a trade for me. And with that upside from 1288 to 14, I kind of think there's other opportunities out there. So would kind of be my thing. So, and Lulu is just Lulu's a bottom feeder. So, I mean, you have an entry in the 4 hour right there. It makes you less. I mean, it saves you from the 58% decline in the 24 months. But you're still losing 17%. I like the gap above. But, I mean, for me, I'm not buying Lulu clothes. So I get the hype. And Chris Camillo is throwing it out there that new waffle pattern for fall is huge. So I don't know what's going on with KGC. I own it, but I can't go into that one. As you know, Rob, you know damn well I can't go into that one. Because there's a portfolio that I own that is in that one. Okay, let's go to QQQ. The jobs number, I think the jobs number scared the market a little bit. Let me just look at what happened with that. 8 o'clock. Yeah, the jobs number scared the market a little bit, I think. Yeah, I mean, I learned my lesson with American Eagle early, a few years ago when I invested in that one. I learned my lesson with Abercrombie and Finch when I did that one. So I've learned my lesson in a lot of stuff, but the market does seem to be taking a little bit of the market just roared this morning on that Intel Nvidia news. I mean, it's good. We're going to look at a stock today, Synopsys, because I do think that there's an opportunity there. I talked about it with Perplexity because I didn't know it. So we'll talk about kind of the process of that one. Bullish stock. I mean, rinse and repeat because Kathy Woods bought a bunch of it and it's up. So again, rinse, repeat. She does this kind of thing and it gets news and stuff. Uber is still a buy. We'll kind of go over Uber because it took a dump yesterday. Lyft got the lift. The IONQ CEO talking about Nvidia. It's a clown show, but I got a new ETF based on that research. So it was kind of interesting. This is Zuck. Let's pause it on the where he puts it actually on. I mean, do you look like a douchebag? You probably look like a douchebag. I mean, honestly, God, you look like a douchebag. But it's the new AI glasses. It's cool because, I mean, I'll give my thoughts on it. Nvidia and Intel, this is a deal we should have seen coming. I mean, absolutely. This is right up there with American Eagle, right up there with Rocket Mortgage, right up there with all of those things that I absolutely should have taken those trades. Absolutely. Initial jobless claims down. We will talk about Bitcoin and others' reactions to the Fed. We will talk about Trump's tariffs. Because guess what? These are going to bail out farmers. And it's just rinse and repeat. Again, Trump 1.0 bailed out farmers with some of the tariff stuff because the trade war wasn't effective. Trump 2.0 bailing out the farmers. And it's just adding to the deficit. So another reason to get into gold and crypto and other things. So we'll take a look at what exactly happened with the 10-year yesterday because it did. AlphaPix is going to outperform. I mean, it did yesterday. There were several ones. I'm watching a dump truck go up my street. Viore is not public. I think it's a private company. That was just a dump truck, Penny. You want to come up? You want to say hi to people? Okay, come here. Come here. I know you're scared. She's scared of the, I know you're scared. I know you're scared. I know you're scared. I know. Just go, you can go back to bed, okay? Go cuddle with Miss Daisy. Go on. Ah, okay. Sweet. There we go. Dog's making an appearance. Yeah. BMNR, I mean, I own a bunch of BMNR, so take that for what it's worth. I have no doubts in my mind BMNR is going on the same trajectory as MicroStrategy or strategy, tomato, whatever you want to call it. That's a cool light, and I look very pale. I am pale because she's sitting on my feet now. Okay, we're going to go over this. Our favorite, my favorite Roth IRA winner right now is IREN, which is up another 1%. I mean, let's just move this one. Let's move the goalpost up here to 115% since I've taken that trade. So, I mean, paid members got that one, so it's nothing that I'm doing. Oh, and if you wanted Oracle under $300, you got your chance yesterday. So if you like that one. And Hood, I just need to start adding Hood on this one. It's putting in that nice support right there. Around between 116 and 120, it's putting in that nice little support. Getting ready. So I need to add to that one. Okay. Blue. Oh. Oklo, go and look at their revenue. You are 10 years out from Oklo actually having a product. So that's my thought on Oklo. I don't own it. I think it's been a great trade. I think people who have gotten into it have done really, really well, and they may do very well in the future. But for me, it doesn't fit my risk profile in that they don't have a product yet. So yeah, I'll talk about Cress, and he's coming on the pod October 9th. I'm going to interview him, not live. So I'll edit that one because that's a video that will probably linger on. I'm trying to do it around Alpha Picks and Seeking Alpha Premium, and I know he's going to want to talk about their pro portfolio, but I told him I don't currently have the pro portfolio because I don't know that it works for me. It's a very actively traded. Instead of Alpha Picks being one on the 1st and the 15th, they do actual trades daily, I believe. So I don't know, but yeah. And by the way, Jersey, all it takes is one piece of nuclear news, and Oklo is back down in the 70-75 range. You know, some type of nuclear thing comes out with. I mean, for me, I'd rather own an ETF with the nuclear stuff, but I will tell you, Rob, about what Steve will tell me, and the last time I interviewed him, and several times that I've talked to him about this stuff too. The analysis is out there. He's not gonna, he's not gonna tell me any particular thing about a particular stock that they just did. So, okay. Viasat, my buddy works at, it is the top quant stock. If you go to Seeking Alpha and you just go here, I brought that one up, Keo, many times. So my friend works there. That's about it. It's soaring. It is what it is. It's a space one. So my thoughts on it, I don't own it. And I probably should have owned it, but yeah. But Steve is very, I think they're very open about talking about, because last time he came on, I remember asking him, and if you watch that video, .com/@dailystockpick, and then let's just look up Steve Kress, right here. This video that I did with him back in, let's see, I think it was 1 year ago. I asked him specifically about, God, I had a lot more blonde hair back then, but I asked him specifically about Cardinal Health, which was an alpha pick, and it was not doing well at all. We'll look at the Cardinal Health. And he said, yeah, it's got all the characteristics of doing well, but it hasn't. And you can see this was one, I forget when they picked it, but it was around this area where it was just, it was at a peak. It was continuing to go up, and it just continued to fall through last year. And they wound up getting out of it at a loss near the bottom, per se. And for me, I asked him about it. He goes, yeah, that one's confounding me. I don't get it, but it's healthcare and blah, blah, blah. And you've been rewarded if you held on to Cardinal Health past Alpha Picks. In fact, my dad owned Alpha Picks Cardinal Health, and then Alpha Picks picked it. And I bought a little bit more, and then we didn't get out. And I think I got out around this time. I want to say December of last year. But we had quite a bit of gain on that one. So, but that was an interesting one, because I almost, I remember back then when they picked Cardinal Health, I was like, shit, Dad has this one. I know he does his research. I should double down on that one. But I didn't. I did not. Okay. I've got a dog sleeping next to me too. I'm going to hit record. Good morning. It is Thursday, September 18th. I got a lot. We'll go over alpha picks that outperformed yesterday because of rate cuts. We'll go over the rate cuts. We'll go over everything. The 10-year, the jobs number this morning. Steve Kress is coming on the podcast, so I'm going to ask you for some questions for him. We'll talk about more about that, the timing, the deal we should have seen coming. I mean, this was as just out there. Several trades that are just why didn't we do it? Meta, a new ETF that I found based on IONQ. Uber, is it dead? And then rinse and repeat. The biggest move, some of the biggest movers today we'll talk about, blah, blah, blah. But let's just talk about alpha picks. Okay, will it outperform on rate cuts? Okay, because yesterday the Fed cut rates. I mean, that was the big news of the day. We knew it was coming. You didn't know if it was 25. You didn't know if it was 50. You didn't know anything about it. But you know that small caps will outperform. So let's talk about this a little bit. Alpha Picks is a data-driven portfolio. Okay? We don't need that. Data-driven portfolio with a pick on the 1st and the 15th. We just had a new one just a few days ago. And here's the performance. I mean, that's all you need to know. It is made mostly of small cap stocks. I am not a small cap investor, so I like having this portfolio. I learned my lesson in picking each stock and then trading it, and I just invested in the portfolio. It's as simple as that. So with yesterday, the Alpha Picks portfolio, it boomed a little bit with the market. So I have confidence that this is going to drive it. Now, what else happened with rate cuts? The 10-year briefly slips below 4%. Again, the bond expert that was interviewed by the Compound in December, the one thing he said is going to scare him if bond rates are at 3, if the 10 years at 3.7 or really under 4, because he says then something's wrong. So, again, clearly this is a buy the dip market Because what happened yesterday, if we just go to a 5-minute chart and we look at this, as the Fed started speaking, you saw it dip, but you saw buyers step in. And in pre-market, you've seen buyers step in. Now we got a bad jobs number and you saw it take the market down. But we are clearly in a buy the dip market. Okay? Powell and the board yesterday, they made it more clear that more rate cuts are coming. Okay? He couldn't say it outright because they clearly are data dependent and they've got some division internally. The one guy that Trump just appointed, yeah, he said 50 basis points. He's going to get yelled at when he goes back to work at the White House because Trump wants 300 basis points. Okay? So I said, there's a lot of messaging out there. And I know I've been telling you small caps will outperform. So I went to Perplexity, and this is what you should be doing. Use the tools that are in front of you. AI is a tool. I said, so the Fed meeting that just happened today with Jay Powell's press conference, can you summarize things like you're a Wall Street analyst? Take a look at some of the market reaction as well as your summary, but give me the analysis like I'm a new investor. It gave it to you. You can read it. I'll include the link. And then I said, what are the key implications of the Fed rate for cut for new investors? Boom. It gave me all of that. Okay. Again, have a conversation with AI. It's not a Google search. This is a conversation. Okay? Can you look back in history of rate cuts and tell me what kind of stocks historically outperform the market? Is it small caps, mid caps, large caps? Okay? Small and mid caps often outperform. Large caps also see gains. Cyclical and value sectors gain traction. Volatility and uncertainty remain elevated. So then it went down. Okay? And I said, can you give me a particular industry or sector that outperforms? Choose from the Spider ETFs. Boom. It gave me one. What's that one? Financials, XLF. One that I've been saying will outperform this year. And so far it has. So far it has. XLF. Okay? So far it's done really well. You have a buy-in here at 53.94. You're trading at 54.08. So do you trust Perplexity on this one? Again, they are going to continue to cut. So go and have a conversation with AI about what your portfolio is, what stocks you're interested in. Go and have a conversation. Again, if you don't have Alpha Picks, this should be your next move. Alpha Picks is just a no-brainer. You don't think about it. But when you manage your own portfolio, you've got to think about it. And what do we have? We have a deficit. And just like in Trump 1.0, where we had a welfare program for the farmers because trade and his war on China affected the farmers and he wants votes, Trump 2.0 is doing the same thing. We're taking the tariff revenue and giving it to farmers because foreign countries don't want to buy our farm goods. It happened in trade war number 1, where Trump did this. And guess what? This increases the deficit of the United States. It's a welfare program. So this is why you want to own gold and crypto. Again, create that portfolio and create these little sectors that have these little exposures to the market. And you should outperform the market, but you need this type of information. And if you don't have the information, I'm not the guy to give you the information. I'm doing this for myself. You need to go out there and have a conversation with AI about it. Okay? Bitcoin fell. Did you buy the dip? It's back up. I have a prediction that it's going to hit 150,000 before the end of the year. I may be wrong. I may be right, but I'm in it to win it. And that's it. You can go gold. You can go Ethereum. You can go whatever you want. But the rates are coming. Want to know why? We got initial jobless claims, and they're worse than expected. So the Fed, with its 2 mandates, they are going to continue to cut rates. I think we get 3 rate cuts. And when I say 3, I think we get 2 more 25 basis points, or we get 1 more 50 basis point cut. So that's the way I'm positioning my portfolio going forward. I think rate cuts continue. I also think you don't fight the Fed. And that's the way I'm looking at it. Now, I do have an interview with Mr. Steve Kress coming up from Seeking Alpha. Okay, he's the Alpha Picks portfolio manager. He's going to come on the podcast October 9th. So I have some homework for you. Go and ask me questions. Okay, give me questions to ask Steve. Because I want questions to ask him about Alpha Picks, about Seeking Alpha, about his thoughts on the market, whatever you want to ask me. Ask me on any social media platform. You can reply to the newsletter. You can put a comment down on the newsletter. You can do whatever you want, but give me questions. Because Steve gives you his thoughts every single day. Here's top six tech stocks for Q4. He's basically putting it out there for you. He's saying, hey, these 6 tech stocks should outperform in Q4. And speaking of tech stocks, this is the deal we should have seen coming. I mean, seriously, this was as simple as, hey, rates are getting cut. Let's invest in Rocket Mortgage. And I said, hey, at 15, it's a pretty good bet. Where are you at now? $21. That was a duh. I should have been in it. I wasn't in it. It's as simple as American Eagle when they announced earnings. We should have been in it. I wasn't in it. It's as simple as when Open Door started gaining traction at $2. I should have been in it. I wasn't in it. It's as simple as Robinhood being aggressive, and I should have been in it. I wasn't in it until $100. It's as simple as Palantir gaining traction and moving up from $8. I sold out at $25. And it's now at $168. So this was as simple as that. Because you want to know the ingredients for this one? Trump touting his stake in Intel, how he did a great deal. You knew this stock wasn't going to go down. And if it was going to go down, he was going to do something to manipulate it. And then you have Jensen from Nvidia wanting to sell chips to China, to all over the world. And it's a political football. Like I've said, chips are a political football. So you put those two together, and Jensen wants to make Trump happy. Trump wants to make Nvidia good. You have your partnership. Simple as that. And $5 billion is not a big deal to Nvidia. And it gets them in with Trump. That's going to be the price to pay to be able to expand their market worldwide without getting restrictions on selling their chips. This was as simple as those other trades, and it's easy because Intel is up 30% in pre-market. Intel is up 30%. I think it was up as much as 40%. And it was as simple as knowing that the U.S. government and Trump specifically invested in this one. Okay, invested in it, and it was as simple as knowing the 50-day started moving up, the 200-day started moving up. We had been in this range. It needed to move up. For our algorithm got you in at $20. Boy, where you're trading right now, you're at $32. Now, is that some type of resistance? No, $32 is literally right here where you were in July of last year. The next pop that you're going to see in this stock, more than likely, going to 43. So again, it was as duh a moment as we should have seen it, and you should have known it. The 4-hour algorithm, and you may see down here on the screen, okay? The 4-hour algorithm makes you 34% over the past 24 months. Seems like, I can make more money somewhere else. But here's the thing. If you bought 24 months ago, you're down 34% if you held it. You can see the numbers completely inverse. It wins 46% of the time, 26 positions. It trades really well. Again, the 4-hour algorithm, if you want it, go and get Trendspider. You get it here on Linktree. Trendspider is my preferred platform. It's an amazing charting platform, okay? $50 a month. Now, if you don't want to sign up for an annual plan, you only get the 4-hour algorithm when you sign up for any of these annual plans, any of them. You don't need the most expensive. You don't even need the middle one. You just need the standard. Any of them, you can get the 4-hour algorithm. And they give you a 2-week trial. If you sign up for a 2-week trial, it's significantly less money. Once you sign up for the annual plan, I'll give you the 4-hour algorithm. But if you want the 2-week trial, go and get the turtle trading stuff. You can get all of your strategies, scanners, indicators, everything here in the Trendspider store. But again, this one was one we should have seen coming. And you can read about all the details on the Intel stuff. I don't want to know it. I own Nvidia. I don't own Intel. But it seems like I probably want to own Intel. Again, I don't like Intel. I think they're a crappy company. They've been run really, really poorly over the last 25, 30 years. This was a leading chip company that just lost their way. The management team has sucked over and over and over again. They lost their way. So now that Nvidia's in there, do I think that this is going to, rebound Intel? No. I think this was the price to pay for Intel to get into that. Do I want to invest in Intel? Probably, just because it's a political football and it probably will win. That's the only reason I would get into Intel. That's it. Now, Meta, on the other hand, this is just a screaming buy. Because you know what? You can look like a douchebag too. You can look like a douchebag with these glasses on. But again, it's not about the glasses. The new thing that they invented was what they're calling the neural bracelet. And yes, it's going to be a bracelet, gentlemen. You're going to wear a bracelet, which I think, again, if I were a product manager, I would not call it freaking bracelet. I mean, there are so many other better names than a neural bracelet. But it's clear Zuck wants to own the new device hardware. He's coming for the phone makers. He's coming for Google with their Android platform. He's coming for Apple with their iOS. He's coming for them. It's kind of a cool thing. Now, am I going to get this? Probably not. I didn't buy the first ones, but I thought they were cool and I was almost tempted to. This one's pretty awesome, where in your eyepiece, you have a screen that can play you movies, that can play your messages, and you use that bracelet with small little movements of your hand, and it learns. That's the cool thing. Again, with AI, Meta is leading. That's why you want to own Meta. It's up 0.23%. Again, is it expensive? Well, yeah. You're going to pay top dollar for the leading AI an advertising company. You're going to pay top dollar for it, but it's only 27 times forward earnings. But the growth, 19% revenue growth year over year. In a good market with more eyeballs, they get to charge more. Wall Street thinks it's a strong buy, $864 price target. So they still have movement up. There's 48 of the 66 analysts on Wall Street thinks it's a strong buy. Seeking Alpha analysts thinks it's a buy. Okay? Again, do your own research. I bought and held this one. I bought it big back here in April because it was just worth a lot more money. I learned my lesson in 2021 where they dip down and then they come back. Zuck is after things. We see it with him spending on AI. We see him, spending the top dollar to gain talent from Apple, from OpenAI, and others. So again, I'm just buying it and I'm holding it. That's it. And I want to point this out, okay? This is the CEO of a quantum company, computer company called IonQ. And he went on Bloomberg yesterday. I think it was maybe a day ago or so. He went on and he said by 2027, they will have more compute in their chips, IonQ, than an Nvidia GPU. And he called Blackwell a joke. So, do you want to invest in IonQ? Well, let's just go and look. Because IonQ right now is a hold in the quant. Its valuation is crazy because they're not making money. Their growth, pretty good. Their revenue growth is 67%. Profitability, 54% gross margin, but they're losing money. This is an expensive business. And when you look at the financials, they're making $52 million in revenue. But then you go look at it. It's got a $19 billion valuation with a 14% short interest. And we talked about risk and the beta score. If we go and look at the beta score on risk, where is the risk factor? There we go. 2.76. It's going to trade 2 times the market because it's risky. It's got a 14% short interest. So I was doing a little research into this, and I found an ETF, WILD. Okay. This is a brand new ETF. You can see it right here. It just started in June. But WILD, Animal Spirits Daily 2 times Leverage Strategy. If you are into IONQ and you want to invest in something that's calling the leader in AI a joke, this may be the ETF for you. Again, degenerates unite, because you look at the holdings and its number 1 holding is IONQ. Number 2, Tesla. Number 3, Meta. Number 4, Netflix. The rest of these are actually making money. IONQ, though, their top holding is not making money. So this may be the ETF for you. Now we can look, is IONQ good on the 4-hour algorithm? It makes you 378% over the last 24 months. It has been an enormous trade. If you want, go and Google the Trendspider Turtle strategy, and they had IONQ by a few days or weeks ago. It was right before it took off. So again, it's up 72%. I don't personally own this. I am skeptical of IONQ. They made $27 million in revenue, like I said, last quarter, and they guide for about the same in the near future. So where's the actual catalyst outside of hope? For me, it would be a trade. So I identified this as a trade. If I want to get into it, I'm going to use the 4-hour algorithm because it works. It's back tested. Okay. And one stock that I actually own that I really like, and I've been pushing this one, is Uber. Uber took a tumble yesterday. And ironically, pardon the pun, but Lyft got a lift. And it's from their Waymo partnership. Remember, Uber partnered with Waymo here in Atlanta to offer Waymo rides. Well, Waymo's now going with Lyft in Nashville. So the thought was, hey, Uber's going to get killed because they no longer have an exclusive partnership with Waymo. And if you want Waymo, it's owned by Google. Own Google stock. Okay? It's not priced into Google stock. The valuation of Waymo is not priced into Google stock. I think they have an enormous upside with that particular technology. But Google is a conglomerate of a bunch of different technologies. Uber, on the other hand, Uber has your eyeballs. Uber has travel. They are absolutely going to win. It's a $100 stock, and it reached $100. Like I said, at $100, you probably want to trim. Well, I'm looking to add more. Any reaction is an overreaction. I think $93, you've shown that it can get up to $100. If you want to start a long-term position, I think you just start doing it. Are we extended? Yes. Look at the weekly chart. Okay, you're 4 points above the oscillator. Typically, it starts to come back down to the oscillator. Your RSI is at 56. Do I think that you could buy it at 93 here and by the end of the year be at 100? I think so. But again, I'm not you. For me, that's the plan. I'm going to add more. I like Uber. Uber's got Uber Eats. Again, the app is fantastic. They've been able to monetize this. They're doing far better than Lyft. Lyft is still a bet on them becoming profitable. So don't fall victim to, I'm going to go get Lyft just because it now signed a partnership. The quant says it's a strong buy, and we can look. The quant's had it as a strong buy since 15. Where are you at right now? 22. So again, if you didn't have Lyft, and you liked Lyft, say you use Lyft instead of Uber. Maybe you should have had Seeking Alpha, and boom, at strong buy, you could have set an alert as strong buy and said, ooh, okay, I'm going to buy it. You'd make some money. Wall Street has a hold on Lyft, and they think the average price target is $18. $18. You're trading at 22. That's 20% downside. On the other hand, What does Wall Street think that Uber's worth? $106, 14% upside. Oh, and by the way, Uber's been a strong buy ever since, let's see, 60. Which one do you want to pick? Which one's going to be the winner? Again, they all can win, but I think Uber is the better risk reward for me. Valuation matters. So again, look at it. Now this is just rinse and repeat. Okay, ARK funds, a new technology, a new crypto thing comes out, a new shiny object, and Cathie Wood said, "I'm going to buy a ton of it." She buys over 160,000 shares of Bullish ahead of the earnings report. She says, hey, Bullish is a crypto exchange. I know they just IPO'd. I got in on the IPO. I'm going to double down and I'm going to buy more. Well, Bullish is up 8% in pre-market. Now it's up 10% in pre-market. Not covered by the quant. Okay. She doubled down on this one. And their earnings, strong revenue guide, and Q2 beat. So again, do I like this one? Well, for me, it's an IPO still. We just got our first earnings report, which isn't bad. 4-hour algorithm got you in at $54, but I don't have any back testing for it. You're at $60, which isn't bad. But again, we've seen IPOs in the past just continue to go down. It is a risky stock. Cathie Wood's rinse and repeat. She goes into these things regularly. She is an expert. I am not. You can go and read on GitHub all of her research on Bullish, because now she owns it and she publishes it every time she starts buying. She publishes a research. So let's look at this. Okay. Biggest mover today, one of the biggest movers. If you just go into Seeking Alpha and you look, one of the biggest movers is Synopsys. It's up 8%. I think it was up as much as 12% in pre-market. This is interesting, okay? It's a strong sell on the quant, and I usually wouldn't bring this up, but it's a strong sell on the quant, and I saw it on the biggest movers list, and I said, I know it's got something to do with semiconductors. I know I should probably look at this. And if you just look at the 1-month chart and you see that huge drop on September 9th from $604 down to $400, okay? SNPS is the symbol. And I didn't know about it, and I could research this in Seeking Alpha. I can analyze it with AI, and I can find out exactly what they do. And I found out their competitor is Cadence Design Systems, and I found out more. But say you don't have Seeking Alpha. Okay? Say you don't have the tools that I have. Go and use Perplexity. Can you tell me about Synopsys as a company? Why is it necessary? Is it a good investment if I'm investing in AI? What does the company do and how are the long-term outlooks for the company? Go and read it. Go and have a conversation. It says, again, for investors focused on AI, Synopsys is a highly relevant and strategically necessary company positioned to benefit from the continued expansion and innovation within the AI hardware space. So you want to go and find it. Well, if your tool says it's a buy, then maybe it's a buy. So I went to the Wall Street analysts, and 22 of the analysts cover it. They say it's worth $569, which is 25% upside. Okay, 13 buy strong. Then I went to Seeking Alpha analysts, and I can read all of the recent articles on Synopsys. And this one just covered it. The 15th, today's the 18th. So you can see, trading at oversold levels, I argue the potential upside for the Synopsys could be high with the undervaluation compared to Cadence. Hence, I'm rating Synopsys as a buy. He rated it as a buy. Boom. He's up 8.3% since publishing this article. Again, you had access to this article. You had access to everything. From a chart standpoint, Synopsys, we've got a huge gap that could get filled. Goes all the way up to $601. So I'm putting this on a watch list. Okay? This the daily stock pick watch list. If you are under my affiliate program with Trendspider, you now have it in your watch list. You can find out, or you can set an alert when it gets a buy in the 4-hour algorithm. The MACD, super low. Okay? You look at this from a weekly, we are under the 200-day. Does it get back above the 200-day? Is any reaction an overreaction? Just an idea for you, okay? Now let's talk about stocks that are a bullish one on the 4-hour algorithm. We've got a couple here in the core portfolio. Bank of America. Yes, you have a buy down here at 46, but you know what? It got another one. I think you're using this 50 as a support level rather than a resistance level. Because where was the 50? Well, that was the 2022 highs where it went and tested it over here in December of 2024 and July of 2024. Old resistance turns to new support. Could be a good one. Palo Alto Networks. I went over this one well, and I sold this one. I trimmed it at 200. It's at 205 right now. A 4-hour algorithm had you in at 171. Did I buy it at 171? I had enough of it. I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. And so I trimmed it. Why? Because long term, when you put the line at that 204, you can see this was the 188. We got over it. Did it use it as support? Not completely, but does 204 become the new support? Okay, you can go down to the end of the newsletter. Newsletter's free. Go down to the end of the newsletter, anyone that I publish daily, and see all the stocks that are triggered in the 4-hour algorithm, and go and do your research for them. It's something that I don't charge for. I just put out there from time to time, and I say, hey, these are the stocks that look, because you are in charge of your watch list. Again, the Fed is going to continue to cut rates. Again, gold, because of deficits, is going to be up. Again, crypto, scary, but in my mind, necessary for me. Create the thesis that goes on. Pick the stocks that you want to invest in. That's the goal. And if you want my tools, again, Linktree, Trendspider, fantastic charting program. I spend less time looking at charts, more time just getting alerts and then reacting. And I know exactly what I need to react to. And then you have the premium and alpha picks bundle. Seeking Alpha is the best fundamental platform out there. They make it easy with the quant, easy with the AI picks, analysis with AI. It's so easy. And then with the alpha picks, they give you a pick on the 1st and the 15th. You buy 1% of the portfolio, like I put in $50,000 back in August, and boom, I am up significantly. Again, up significantly compared to the S&P. And it's the performance. Click the link over here. You can go into look at the bundle. You can go and look at Seeking Alpha Premium and Alpha Picks, or just get Premium. If you want to do your own research and don't want the portfolio, you can get a free 7-day trial. The goal here is to give you ideas and to track your investments. So if you've got any questions, you can sign up for the newsletter and you can chat with me right here in the chat window, or just respond to the email. I'm open. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Short and quick. I think it was like a half hour. Let me put it into iMovie now. And I don't have much energy. I still feel hungover, and not from drinking. I still feel hungover from no sleep, dog issues. I hope I didn't disturb my girlfriend's lesson. Okay, let's also do this. Auto. Okay, there we go. And we'll do green screen. Copy. Oh, I hear snoring dogs. Do, 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 do. And we're gonna export file. And we're gonna call this one, I'm gonna put in the title. Do. There we go. Would I hold CoreWeave? Would I hold CoreWeave? Let's see. I don't think I would. So the thesis on CoreWeave is that it's probably limited in its risk. Even though it's very expensive, it's probably limited in its risk going forward because Nvidia said, hey, we'll buy any chips. Again, manipulated stock. Nvidia owns CoreWeave. Nvidia is sure that people will want their chips. They're saying, hey, if you buy chips and they're not used, we'll buy them back at the price that you paid for them. So CoreWeave, in my mind, probably a fairly low risk going forward. And we've seen that companies are going to lease this data center space. So is it expensive? Yeah. I mean, they're just not making money. The quant doesn't cover it. Growth, they're making incredible revenue growth. But, you look at it, $3.5 billion in revenue. The market cap is 62 billion. So put on top of that, it's a heavy capital investment that they've got to do to expand their data centers. And then you've got a business that, in my mind, until they start turning a profit, probably is a trade versus a buy. And then you've got the 4-hour algorithm kind of outperforming. So for me, if I had gained this 269%, I probably should have bought it right there, knowing that this one was going to just, catch a bid. But we didn't know in April after it IPO'd and then, the trade war came about. We didn't know that this was going to take off. So I would say that if I were buying it, and again, we don't have a lot of information, but if I were buying it, I'd probably look at getting it under $100. But if I owned it, I'd probably be setting an alert on the exit, Rosa. That's probably it. Oklo versus VST versus Bloom Energy versus, those are different energy ones. So it's like comparing apples to oranges because Oklo's not making money. VST is absolutely making money. Bloom Energy has a huge future ahead of it. And Constellation Energy is a utility. So no, I didn't see. Let me see. I follow Cress. Yeah, Quantum Leaps. Top stocks to buy as the Fed resumes rate cuts. I didn't read it. I will read it though. Morning, Hunter, Dominic. Hey, Rusty. Do stocks that are in a strong buy in the quant drop in value in September, even though they're seasonality? Remember, the quant, it's never a guarantee that the stocks are going to go up. What the quant is, it takes a look at 5 factors in a stock. And it rates them a score from 1 to 5. It says, hey, the valuation, I'm going to look at these factors. Is it an A, B, C, D, or F? And it rates Apple and F. Okay. Then it goes to growth and it says, I'm going to rate these factors. And all of those factors, by the way, are listed here and you can see them individually. It ranks them weighted. So they're weighted, but we don't know what the weight is because it's a quant. I mean, it's basically an algorithm, and the growth, again, it rates at those. And then you go profitability and it rates those. It rates this on Apple and A. Then you look at momentum and it's got a C. It rates those. We don't know what, the ranking is. And then revisions on the earnings. And it goes that by there. So it rates it and then it gives it an overall score. So, Keo, you're asking a blanket question. You're throwing out there, hey, is the quant guaranteed to make you money? No. But when you look at the quant ratings, and again, you look at this, the quant ratings over, we'll just do it year to date. Okay? Year to date. The Seeking Alpha strong buy quant up 22.5%. Wall Street, when they rank a stock a strong buy, up 14%. And the S&P's up 8%. That's just year to date. So you can look at those and the quant does it. Does it make you money? It's never guaranteed. But you can see quant performance year to year. And here's each month. Seeking Alpha Quant, Wall Street Quant, S&P. So, Keo, I mean, it's very simple. It's just never guaranteed. Never guaranteed. So, and you can look at the seasonality. I mean, I like Trendspider more for seasonality. You know, you look at Oracle, for instance. If we go and pull up the seasonality for Oracle, and we know that Oracle's up this month, if we just go back to like 2009, we see December's the worst month the last 17 years. But September, not a great month. But you know what? It's been a pretty good month for Oracle this year. This month for Oracle, you started the month at about 224. You're at 294 right now. You got all the way up to $345. So if you were just looking at seasonality, Oracle wouldn't have been your buy. APLD I don't own, but I do know that it's done well. That's about all I know. Stratocaster. I mean, APLD for me, I think it's one of those that people say is necessary for semiconductors. I just don't know that much about it. I don't own it, so I don't own it. But you've done well. You know, if you bought it down here at $9 and you're at $20, I mean, that's freaking July. You've done really, really well. So, you know, 4-hour algorithm had you in here at 16. It doesn't perform well, as you can see. So I just don't own it. So other than that, I just don't know. Now let's go to Canva. And we're going to go to YouTube thumbnail. Alpha picks outperform. Software needs to get a bid. Man, Salesforce is expensive. Keo, tell me what you like about Salesforce. Because I just sold it all. I sold it all. I'll tell you. I asked myself, okay, Salesforce. It's been underperforming for a very long time. I mean, a long, long time. You can see 10 years, it's not even up there. 5 years, it's just horrible. And I've owned it for 5 years. And I said, okay, this stock, I want to take some risk. And I want to buy, with my Salesforce money, I want to buy IREN. Well, I did that about a month ago. So I was better off doing IREN for sure. Yeah, in the thing. Let's see, what are we going to do? Okay, the title is Alpha Picks Outperform Fed Cuts Rates. We want a green one, I know that. So I want something with a green. I can't go outside until, let's say, we're going to do a premium. We'll do stock market. And I think I like this one. Okay, we're going to take that out though. We're going to take that out and we're going to uploads. We'll put in, I think we'll put in the which Gary picture is going to make the cut today. Put in this one and we'll flip it. And we'll make it smaller. And let's see. shrink that down from 156. And we're going to shrink that down. Let's do that to 80. I don't know what this one is. What's the size of that font? 70. And okay, now I got to put some more color in here. What am I watching right now? You're watching me do the thumbnail for the video. Because I am getting ready to upload the video that I just recorded for the podcast. So that's what you're watching right now. Aaron. Aaron. Aaron, that's what you're watching. Aaron. Let's see, we need some different colors in here. I think we're gonna effects. And let's put this and we'll do and uploads. I don't think this thumbnail is very good though. We'll see. Uploads. Seeking alpha. And uploads. Let's see. We went over. I mentioned Palantir. I'm gonna do one color, and we're gonna change that to white. And we'll get that out. Whoa. Sweet, Ron. Welcome to the degenerate crew. I appreciate you listening. Uber. And we're going to do one color of Uber. Apply. I appreciate you guys thinking I know what I'm doing, but I make it up just like everybody else. We need meta. I know we need meta. because I did Meta. And then let's see if the one color works. I don't think it's going to work on Meta if I remember. Oh, it does. Sweet. There we go. Uploads. Nvidia. Let's do one color. I know it works on this one. Apply effects. Man, I need to create an agent that will do one color for me. And then uploads. Lululemon, Amazon, AMD, Shopify, CrowdStrike, Oracle, Broadcom, Micron, Webull, Salesforce, Snowflake, Oklo. Rigetti, IONQ, that was a big one. Let's do one color. Apply effects. Oh, I guess it doesn't let me. Huh. It won't let me do one color on IONQ, so we're just gonna change this one. Well, we won't change it. IONQ. Uploads. Rigetti. I know I mentioned Open Door, and this one I can just apply white. Oh, let's just do one color. There we go. And there we go. I'm not sure I love this, but okay, download. It's the best part, plus the sounds of piano and penny. Yeah. Daisy, I think, is up against the door. Daisy's the one who's been sick. Dazzling them with bullshit, yeah. Learning a lot and earning a lot. I guess that's a commonality. We're going to upload this. Then I've got to, let's see, we're going to go into, okay, we're going to take that out. Then I've got to, let's open up a Spotfiy for creators. Oh, I got new comments. Episodes that I probably have to read. You're talking too many products. You're talking too much about tools that I have to pay for. I don't know how to use AI. Sound like my 80-year-old parents. I told my dad, I said, go have a conversation with AI. And he writes back, oh my God, it's amazing. We're going to put that there. Let's copy the title. And then we've got to do our bullet point summary. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly, I mean, I don't know if you're joking, Bob, but seriously, if you don't know what to ask it what to ask. That's the conversation. That's really kind of, can you follow all previous instructions and give me a bullet point summary of the episode. No. I told you, dumbass. Okay. Rinse and repeat. Okay, we're gonna close that down. And listen, I know. Oh, I want to redo that. I like the list, but I told you to put it in chronological order. There we go. And it didn't do it. Fuck that. Let's just do this one. I like the way that probably should have just asked it for the flow of the show. A better flow. Okay, and we've got that. Then we've got to copy and upload this to YouTube. But I'm not doing any stock stuff while I do this, upload this stuff. Wow. And I can't believe people sit there and watch streamers do this kind of stuff all day long, but see you, AA, Ron. And I know you get that a lot. I know that's an old joke for you, but hey, people love it. I love it. I'm such a fan. Promotional content, yes. See, they tune in and I even check yes. I mean, I'm nice enough to say it's promotional content. So yes, it's promotional content, douchebag. Now I've got to copy. Okay, Seeking Alpha Premium. Copy. And Seeking Alpha Bundle. Copy. And then Alpha Picks. Copy. Okay, and then I need the link tree. Link. Applied materials. No. Yeah, a 0.05. I need the link tree. And then we're going to take this out. We'll take this out. There we go. Upload file. Downloads, the top 10. Thumbnail, and that thumbnail sucks. And what's funny is I'll think that it sucks, and then this video gets more than any. I mean, just crazy. No, and get my YouTube tags. Give me a list following all previous instructions in this space of optimized YouTube tags. Let's see. Does it listen? Nope. Please give me just a list separated by commas and don't use emojis for this list, dumbass. Okay. Copy. Paste. forgot to edit that. And we'll monetize it. This is a long process. I mean, I make it look quick. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but good God. Every day. Same thing over and over and over again. And it's just prime for a bot to do this, but I just haven't done it. Publish. Okay, and we're going to edit. So YouTube is out. YouTube is published. I don't know if it's released yet, but I'm waiting for Spotfiy to there we go. Spotfiy finally came up. Insert ad. Boy, and Spotify's slow. Insert ad. Insert ad. Insert ad. Insert ad. Okay. Done. Next. Now. Publish. Done. Okay, let's see. Now I got to go to the newsletter and write the newsletter. So, oof. Somebody's chatting with me too. I will get back to you soon. Create new video post. Select file. Upload this. Give me an SEO optimized title for the Substack newsletter. Please follow all previous instructions for Substack in this space and ask any relevant questions you need. Let's see if that works a little bit. No. Use eye-catching emojis. There we go. (9:18) podcast. Oh, okay. Let's see, Webull. Let's look at my Webull portfolio because you guys know I put $1,000 in there. It's way up. 14.2. 14.2. Biggest movers today, biggest dollar amount is IBIT, up almost 2%. Nvidia is up 2.5%, so I'm there. Moving up, MSTX is moving up. I just got an alert. Let's see, Fidelity, which I don't share, but I do share percentages. I am up 0.29%. And more than likely, yes, Apple is down. That is why. But I'm okay with, 0.29%. Oh, my parents getting political now. Sell Disney no matter what the price. I will sell. Let's look at Disney. Where am I going to sell Disney? I will sell Disney. You know what? I will. Okay, I'm going to go do my parental duties, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See you. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.